Okay. Guten Tag. Unfortunately, the rest of my presentation will be in English. So, good day, everybody. And I hope I get no questions at the end. Everyone's desperate to get out for a coffee break, so that's good. My name's Tim Sunderland. I'm not the manager of Xerox Europe. I wish I was. I just look after the environmental and aspects of Xerox Europe. Today, I'm going to look at how digital printing can improve communication as well as reduce our environmental footprint. So each year, 45 trillion pages are printed around the world. That's a pretty accurate number, just in case you doubt that. But half of this ends up in landfill, and less than half of this is actually recycled. So how many of these printed pages are actually read? Is paper simply being wasted? And are we really using print and paper to communicate effectively? The paperless office was predicted back in 1970. However, connecting to the internet and email has driven up paper consumption by 40%. And the average per capita paper use annually worldwide is around 50 kilograms. And the average US government employee prints over 30 pages a day. So print and paper consumption continues to increase as organizations continue to use print and paper as a key medium for communication. But is it being used efficiently? In the office, nearly half of what is printed is thrown away at the end of the day. And as you probably heard, in publishing, 30 to 40% of books are never read and destroyed. So we're printing more, but not necessarily improving our communication. So how can we improve the effectiveness of our communication, use less paper, and reduce our impact on the environment? So we need to start by looking at what is expected of the print service market today. Print quantities are getting shorter and shorter, and so being able to print smaller quantities profitably will be very important going forward. Marketing needs to focus on smaller audience segments with more tailored and personalized messaging. Service providers must be able to produce variable data content to create personalized messaging. And of course, quality must continue to increase, and both print inventories and costs must be reduced. So in other words, the market needs effective, timely, targeted, and relevant customer communications at the right price and ideally with a lighter environmental footprint. So new approaches such as digital printing, on-demand printing, distribute, then print, and direct mail means we can improve our communications and reduce our environmental footprint. Moving to digital printing has environmental benefits. Traditional offset printing gives rise to a number of environmental impacts, including the release of VOCs to the air, the use of heavy metals in pigments, and the consumption of non-renewable materials, as well as giving rise to overrun waste on short printing jobs. Digital print technology, like the Xerox IGN4, however, has a number of environmental benefits. Dry, non-toxic inks reduces air emissions, 80% less noise in the workplace, no liquid emissions, no use of hazardous materials, and 97% of the components in the printer are recyclable or remanufacturable. They can be reused as is in new devices. Digital print technology enables on-demand printing, which has a number of environmental benefits, including reducing the amount of paper consumed through producing the precise volumes required, enabling affordable short runs, eliminating hard proofing through soft proofing on printing devices, eliminating inventory requirements which often become out of date and surplus to requirements, eliminating storage costs and associated heating and lighting, enabling information to be updated when needed, and overall reducing waste and the carbon footprint. Many organizations are turning to on-demand printing to achieve not only significant cost savings, but also to reduce the environmental footprint associated with their printing activities. For example, the Scottish Government here is aiming to achieve savings of over £2 million through print on demand. Looking at digital print and publishing, we know that print runs need to become shorter and shorter as book sales fall and large quantities of books are never read and so have to be destroyed. With small runs of books, offset printing is becoming unprofitable, whereas digital printing can be profitable for small runs. Digital printing offers the potential to eliminate the wasteful practices of returning and destroying unsold books. On-demand production eliminates tremendous amounts of costly waste. Rather than making educated guesses about how many books to print, print on demand enables books to be printed after they're ordered. This is becoming very important as electronic books mean that predicting first volume runs can be very difficult. Distribute, then print at the point of need, such as in-store or in-library book manufacturing solutions, minimizes costs and the environmental impact of physical distribution and storage. Electronic job ordering and submission, including paperless workflow and soft proofing, reduces paper usage and associated costs whilst boosting efficiency. And green paper choices. Digital printing can offer recycled paper or paper with chain of custody certification such as FSC, recognizing that the paper has been produced in a supply chain that promotes responsible forestry practices. With respect to the production of marketing collateral, which is growing considerably, digital print offers a number of commercial benefits, including print on demand, variable and personalized content, automated production and tracking, fast turnaround, up-to-date content, web to print, and lower costs. This also brings a number of environmental benefits, such as reduced waste, no obsolete inventory, print at point of need, less warehousing, less distribution and transportation, electronic job ordering, and of course green paper choices. An example of the benefits can be seen with this case study from the UK Anglia Ruskin University. The university used to have large runs of a 200-page prospectus, even though most of the content was not relevant to students. By moving to print on demand and web to print, the university was able to create a customized prospectus for each student, reducing paper consumption by 70% and costs by 30%. So let's take a look at digital printing and direct mail. Instead of sending the same message to a mass of people and hoping that it's relevant to a few, direct mail enables a customized message to be targeted to the precise audience. And digital print enables variable information printing, enabling highly relevant and personalized content, reduced page count due to customization, reduced print runs through targeted communications, reduced destruction costs associated with test runs and publications being out of date, better customer response, and a greater return on investment. TUI, a leading multinational travel company, needed a better way to deliver tickets and itineraries to customers. They believed enhanced communications could improve customer satisfaction and drive incremental sales. Traditionally, TUI would mail tickets and itineraries in multiple pieces using generic designs and non-friendly jargon. Subsequent messages arrived as leaflets. Airport and resort information was not customized, so each customer received the complete directory, which was expensive to mail. Using digital technology, TUI created the TUI Vacation Booklet, where tour information is provided in a personalized booklet. Digital printing enabled fast, automatic, and accurate printing, and variable imaging eliminated costly pre-printing. The environmental benefits resulted from this activity was reduced paper consumption and environmental impact of distribution, eliminated warehousing, cutting postage costs by 1/3, enhanced booklet value by tailoring to travelers' trips, reduced number of confusion calls and increased calls for additional bookings, boosted advertising revenues with personalized advertisements, reduced lost tickets by integrating all travel documents into a single booklet, and revenues up by 1 million a year. Digital print and variable printing can be leveraged to improve communications using transactional promotional documents. By combining two documents that have been traditionally produced and mailed independently of one another, TransPromo cuts print and mail volumes, thereby reducing production and postage costs, paper usage, and delivery-related carbon emissions. Digitally created TransPromo documents also benefit from electronic job ordering and submission, green paper choices, duplex printing, which reduces paper usage and associated costs by as much as half. And finally, adding a marketing message to a monthly statement can have a huge effect. Transactional documents are opened and read at least once by 95% of recipients. Messages included in the statement have a much higher impact than traditional supplementary leaflets that are often discarded. So in summary, we've seen how digital printing can improve communication, improve business success, and reduce the overall environmental footprint of printing itself. So we challenge you to communicate more responsibly. Thank you for listening.